Today is Friday, December 6th, and today's agricultural fact of the day pertains to topsoil. It takes approximately 500 years to replace 1 inch of topsoil. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is topsoil important? Why would I care about this? Why would this be the agricultural fact of the day for today? Well, without topsoil, the world as we know it would not exist, because pretty much all the food that is grown for human consumption, in addition to the food that is used for animals, is all reliant on topsoil. And it is important to make sure that if you are involved in any sort of production, crop, agronomy, that you are using responsible soil stewardship practices or environmental stewardship practices, because all it takes is one time tilling it up in a certain way and an environmental disaster to occur, and that soil will no longer be usable for a very long time. With my students, we went into a big, long discussion about responsible soil practices, why it is important, how you couldn't even grow anything. And we haven't gone over the soil profile at all, so I also had a chance to pull that up. Some of these kids did not grow up on farms, so I pulled up a picture of a moldboard plow and showed them, like, this is what happens with moldboard plows and the Dust Bowl and all the whole nine. Then we briefly touched on erosion. So this one fact, although it is very short, provided for a lot of conversations, and I do believe that the kids learned something today. So we'll check that again on Monday, because for a lot of these kids, they came in and they were glazed-eyed because we had such a crazy week with these snow days that they just were out of it. Now, I don't know if you can see this depiction behind me in this window. It is once again snowing, big fluffy lake effect snowflakes. So I'm sure that I'm going to have a fun ride home. Not looking forward to that. Luckily, I have a hybrid all-wheel drive minivan. By the way, if anybody's looking for a new vehicle and all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive is a selling point, this hybrid minivan is the be-all end-all. No, it's not a paid partnership. Let me tell you, I would buy this van 100 times over. I get 36 mpg and it kicks into all-wheel drive when I need it, and it is wonderful. I love this thing, and I'm not a minivan person. Before this thing, I drove a truck. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, the alternative to using topsoil for growing things, what we have here is the hydroponic systems. You can see, if you noticed earlier in the week on my Ag Facts of the Day, this one we pruned, I think it was on Monday afternoon. This one just got pruned today. We got a shipment of 500 crickets to feed our lizard and, well, 2 lizards. We have a skink and we have a leopard gecko. And because there's not really a pet store around us that regularly carries crickets, I try to order them off of Amazon so that I am set for a month or two, so that I don't have to go out of my way to get crickets on the way home, because it's just a big pain in the butt, especially when we get big fluffy snowflakes like this. So this hydroponic system is actually serving 2 purposes. One, it's giving the kids experience. The second is it's providing my nasty crickets food. So I'm going to show you them in a minute. I really hate crickets. And the one student that kind of coaxed me into getting lizards is now in college. So guess who gets to deal with the crickets? Myself. And another student volunteered to help me get them into the tank today. But yeah, if you're a teacher and you have a student begging you for a specific classroom animal, make sure you think that one through. I'm not getting any more lizards after this. They do come quickly, and there is a decent amount that arrive alive, but it was kind of a guessing game when we were moving them, because it's so cold outside that they actually were kind of in a sedated state when we got them. So when I opened the box, it was playing the is this alive or unalived game. So we put the ones that were kind of questionable in here and poked around with them with some tweezers. And then after about 30 minutes of warming up, we figured out that some that we thought were unalived were actually alived. So they also double as a treat for these little guys, the little sugar gliders. He's very greedy. He's had a belly full today, so he's not getting any more. Rooney is now fat and happy. And the skink is just MIA. Good luck finding him, because he's usually burrowed and it takes me 15 minutes to find him. I did forget to add, we just got 2 new little tiny hamsters. An aide that works in the school had a connection to somebody that had baby hamsters, and they were willing to give us 2. So we got this cage at the beginning of this week. We ordered it on Amazon the week before break, and it got here on Monday. I assembled it, and it was ready to go. They are currently burrowed under here. I'm not going to disturb them, but they are so cute. And that's about it for exciting things in the egg barn. We do have 2 silky roosters that try to attack when we come to get eggs. So I'm gonna collect these eggs so that the student doing chores over the weekend doesn't need to collect this egg. However, there's usually 4 at least laid per day, so she will have to come in and collect it. Looks like it was just laid because the bloom is still drying on it.